think it's about time to do a bit of a rundown / update reflection on where I'm at with this like depression stuff. So I was like diagnosed by the doctor nearly 7 years ago with depression. So the path I went down was trying medication and also being referred for CBT. That was 7 years ago. How old am I? I was like 21. And I was not as like life seasoned, not as self-aware, not as into like personal development and all this healing stuff for real. I really was like clueless and uneducated in that kind of realm. Now, I've got a few videos on my channel like regarding antidepressants, and at the time I was taking them, I've kind of like reflected on some of the content I've created or the way I was all them years ago, like on them tablets, who I was as a person, like how much I've kind of grown and changed in that time. So I started on citalopram in 2018 and I was on that for a year. Then I went to sertraline because citalopram wasn't working for me. Citalopram is the one where I really felt like I was like airy fairy, not on the planet. And I was still getting really, really in bad ways. Like I wasn't, oh Jesus. I had 6 sessions of CBT to help with the like everyday management of life. I feel like, you know, the CBT is really like day to day, like coping mechanisms and like, you know, how to kind of like organize your day and structure certain aspects of life into your days and weeks. And, you know, it's very different to like actual like healing and deep trauma informed teaching. So I was kind of just like, I was just kind of given the medication, and I'm not like a unique person. This happens to a lot of people, obviously. This is the process for a lot of people, but you kind of have given the pill and just kind of like, now just be. And it wasn't until 2021 when I started training as a therapist that I like was awoken by the fact that like, if you just be like, you need to like work on yourself, or you're always just gonna be like the same, or life's just kind of gonna feel the same or treat you the same. And ever since that point, at that point I was on sertraline, I've kind of been like, you know, I do want to come off these tablets. Whereas when I first started medication, I was like, that's me done for life. I'm on medication for life to help me manage whatever is going on for me. Yeah, going into this therapy world, being trauma informed, the sheer like impact of trauma on like the body and the brain and the being, like yeah, it was just game over for medication for me at that point, in terms of like it being a long-term thing. Now, listen, we're obviously in 2025 and I came off my antidepressants, I don't know, maybe like somewhere at the beginning of the year. I literally can't remember when, because I was ill at the time, and it must have been like end of January. And it's been like some next emotional roller coaster. I was not very good at taking my tablets consistently because I just was like, I'm so damn like depressed and like traumatized and not doing very well right now that like these pills I can't actually understand what they could be doing. Obviously they were doing something, or must have been doing something. Because when I come off them, like I've kind of never felt like life so real. And I think I may have said this in like a video I've posted since, but life feels very like real, and it's not really like visually felt this like in my face before, like my stuff, but like for years. I don't know if anyone else is like can resonate this experience, but I feel a bit like blindsided by my medication, because I thought that was like how you see the world, but like literally things feel clearer and seem like visually clearer. It's like really confusing, but that ignited a lot of emotion in me. Like I've been very emotional and been very raw since coming off them. Like I've just been in it. I've been in it, and like so much has been coming up for me, and I've had certain experiences in the last few months that have like targeted my mental health. Like I've just come for my mental health, and I've had some flare-ups of like complex PTSD. So this kind of brings me on to like talking about depression as I feel like an umbrella term for dysregulated emotion and like the intrusive thoughts, the notions of suicidal thoughts, all this kind of hopelessness and stuff, because I'm diagnosed with depression and I don't know, I don't think I'm necessarily dealing with depression. And I've kind of just like recognized this as a female, like I feel like I am dealing with PMDD, complex PTSD, and I feel like anxiety is like a symptom and depression is just like, I don't know, is it a symptom? Like I feel like, can you be diagnosed with a symptom? Where I'm in a mindset of like, I'm gonna better myself, I need to continue to better myself. For example, like I am lacking motivation heavily, but I know how much future me and me after, like I know how much future me is gonna appreciate whatever it is I cannot bring myself to do. Sometimes I get it done, sometimes I don't. Like that doesn't like eradicate like my hopelessness of like the present moment. Does this make sense? Like I don't really understand these realms of depression. Kind of moving forward with my life right now, I'm not on any medication. I have recently spoken with a psychiatrist, which I tried to get an appointment with a psychiatrist. I feel like there's a lot of stigma around like talking to people about your mental health or getting help for your mental health. Like I was really buzzing to be able to sit down with a psychiatrist, like and kind of what I've gathered from it, the experience and like the outcome just kind of reminded me or woke me up or shook me into realizing you are just gonna have to take control of your own life yourself, because you go on NHS wait lists and what the hell can you do about it until that point, for like therapeutic support. When I was with the psychiatrist, we were looking at medication for complex PTSD. I'm just not on it. I just don't want it. I don't. After feeling more here from coming off the medication, as much as it's like hurting to be, I feel like I'm in real life, and I think that's quite essential for the place that I'm at in my journey. I'm choosing to go through it like a damn train, like, do you get me? What I'm feeling. It's hard and it's rough, but I am literally just feeling whatever I can feel and letting it be. And as much as my body is like sometimes killing and feels exhausted from getting it all out, I have to. I have to. Otherwise, like, the body keeps the score. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just going to be a thing later in life. And I just, right now, we're just doing it. It's just like, for me, feels like now or never vibes. Like, we just need to get it in check and be here to be able to move forward in a way that I would like to. That's where we're at with this like depression thing. Like, it's I don't know how I feel about it. I don't really like the label anymore. I understand like depressive episodes, but I just feel like for me, so PMDD, this is a disorder that affects women who ovulate, and it's a throw off of the hormones throughout your cycle. Like, this is serious. The way I felt, I've talked about this before, the way I felt just before my period, or like at the peak of ovulation, the deep downness that I felt is not it shouldn't be normal. This appointment I had with a psychiatrist is actually quite interesting and eye-opening to me. I think I'm going to do a further video on my psychiatrist appointment, but where I'm at right now with this depression, medication, healing, whatever, is I'm just moving every day. I'm actually just moving every day, stepping into every day, knowing that I am intentionally doing something to work towards future self. Do you know what I mean? And I'm quite a stubborn woman. When I've like kind of decided something, like I've chosen my route, and I'm gonna have to grin and bear it. Yeah.